One of the reasons, or probably one of the whole goal of starting a business, is not just to make small little amount of money, but the whole intention behind a business is so that you can get more sales done and you move from the starting. There are like a lot of phases of a business. You ignite with an idea, then you work so hard and start your business. That's the launching part of it. Then you start growing the business, you start scaling the business, you start diversifying the business in so many multiple areas, and each and every business has got a potential. Literally, each business has got a potential to reach the heights that you can only imagine. I was listening to one of the videos from Russell Brunson this morning. Like, your limit is your mind, your limit is your imagination. The more you can imagine, the more you can go and start taking a business to those extremes. Just look around the successful business entities around you. They are there. They just started with a small little idea, just like you. Now you are watching this particular video because you want to scale a business. Probably you already have a business, or probably you're working on a business, or probably you're starting something from scratch. But the whole intention is how can you start igniting that business, starting the business, growing the business, and scale all over the place, and how can you start making money. And this one video is going to talk about webinars, like how webinars are going to scale your business model. We are going to dive into 5 different topics, 5 different subtopics of this particular thing. Plus, again, when I was scripting it out, I felt these are important for you to know. Probably we will make a lot of series on this one topic because there is huge in-depth things when we speak about small 5 little topics. And also there are a lot of other ways to make money through webinars, and a lot of we can do anything that we want. Again, the imagination is the key. That brings me, thank you so much for tuning into this particular video. You are making this one video a part of your day. I value time so much, and without even getting any further ado, we are diving into first point over here. Thank you so much for joining. The first point is, when you want to do webinars, eventually you're going to do a webinars. And why do we want to do webinars? Is because we are so lazy, procrastinating. Not probably that, but then we want to build businesses, and the other way around. One way is the traditional business, and one way is online based business. Now the best way of online business is like have recorded courses, online recorded courses. Now many people outside the world, they don't know. Probably you're watching this, you know the potential of it, you know how scalable that is. And that's why the first point that I mentioned over here, having recorded courses. The sub point of this is sent once and forget it. The whole point of recorded courses is when you are doing one-to-ones with people, you have got knowledge, you have got experience, you have got resources, you have got tools, you know the direction. For example, there are people with, I don't know what quote is this exactly, but then there are people with gushing rivers. You can just go along with me. There are people with gushing rivers, and the river needs channel. The river needs a channel, and you are going to be that channel where you're guiding people with your expertise, your skill sets, your knowledge, your resources. You're just taking the people. Okay, if you want to learn this particular thing, go in this direction. And when you talk about this specific direction, now based on your skill sets, your resources, your knowledge, and your expertise, your experiences, you study the pattern of people, and based on that pattern, you are creating your courses. Now that courses you record once, and I have done it so many times where I interact the same thing with so many people over and over, and once I started feeling that particular pattern, great. Now I'm going to record a video of it, and now that I know what exactly you need, what exactly they need, what exactly that person needs, I'll record a course, and every time that I get a question on that specific subject, okay, I don't have to spend my time twice on a same answer. What I should do is, okay, watch this particular video. We have got details. For example, if you want to create money or scale business model, and there are like 100 people asking me the same question, I cannot possibly talk to the same 100 people over and over with one specific tactical step, or mindset part of it, or science part of it, or any part of it. What I'll do is I'll rather record a patterned question, and then boom, share the links with you. Now, because once you have that pattern, you know exactly what they need. And that is now blending with your expertise and your experience. Create a course, structure a course. Probably I'll link how do you create a course and stuff like that over here somewhere. Like, I'm still learning the part of YouTube. I'm pretty new to YouTube, and though I've been aspiring to become to start a channel like from past 2 years, but then now that I'm doing it, I'm purely adding value. I'm not getting not geeking out on YouTube. So probably a card here, a link there, whatever that is, you'll find links to it. That's point number one, recorded courses. Second point is when you are running a webinar based business model, right? Once you're running a webinar based business, you don't run a webinar just like that. In the meaning, once the webinar is on the front end, you have back end systems and automations ready, working 25/7. You don't have to work on them because you've already worked. For example, if the second point is automated lead management. Now, what do I mean by that? Once you're running webinars, your ads are already running. You've already got community running. You have all the ecosystem running. You have like backend systems ready. Like for example, you're running an ads, someone is giving you a lead, and you know exactly what mails are going, when the mails are going, because you have set everything in automation. You don't have to go, okay, I want to learn from your webinar. Like, you don't go mail them all the time because you're generating so many leads, probably 2 leads, 10, 15, 20, 100, whatever leads you're generating. The whole system is automated, and when you're automating a system, this webinar selling thing on the front end becomes so smooth because now you don't have to work, you just have to spend 90 minutes on the webinars. That brings us to point number 3, making money through webinars. Now that's the whole point of the topic anyway, right? So the thing in this point is, you are not doing webinars on a blue night, on a random day, on whenever you feel like doing it, not on vacations. Probably that day I'm busy. Now this is a pure business. Now how do you scale a business? You fix 2 days minimum. Like that's like the thing that I advise and recommend, and probably I'm also doing it. 2 days a week has to be a bare minimum when you start a business, when you start doing your webinars. You know why? Because you get to make money 2 days a week, and stick with one time of the week, probably for a couple of weeks, that you do a session, so that you generate that particular cash flow in that specific time, and you get to know what type of audience you're attracting. Based on that, you can test and tweak and refine over a period of time. So you get to do 2 days a week, and that's 2 days a week, probably 8 to 10 days of income generating streams in the whole month. The math of it, how do you do it, how do you script it, those are some different topics altogether. But then when we talk about making money through a webinar and how can you scale it, minimum. I heard a member back in the day, when he started off a business, he did 7 days a week webinars. 7 days. He went from 0 to crore in like 7 to 10 months. I was like, that's interesting. Someone should do that. Like that's like a role model that you can work on. It's like 7 days a week, though you're going to get burned out very fast, very easily. But now you can earn that much. Now when you've got so much fire in you and energy in you, and probably you're thinking, okay, you can do it, go for it. Bare minimum 2 days of the week. You can generate 2 days instead of one paycheck of the whole month. 2 days, it's just fixed. Okay, Monday and Friday I'm going to do webinars, or Wednesday and Sunday I'm going to do webinars. Like those are going to be strictly sales. Now when you do it, the more webinars you do, the more practice you get. The more practice you get, the more sales you can do. The more sales you can do, the more members you get inside the community. The more members you have, the more testimonials you get, the more confidence you have, the more conviction you have, the better you get at sales. This is like the whole cycle. It repeats back and back, and it's like a machine. The fourth point is, when you are doing webinars, your webinar, whatever you're generating in a webinar, that's an active sale, because you are making sure that the product is sold towards the end of the webinar. Now that is your earned income. In other words, that is like your earned income. Like you are putting in the effort for 90 minutes and you want people to buy it, and that's the whole goal of the particular webinar. Though we talk about money and impact and all the cool things, that's not the topic. In this particular video, we're going to talk about money, right? So the goal is of a webinar is, how can you convert? Because when you're spending money on people, how can you convert it? Now that is your earned income. Great. After that, the fourth point is internal conversions. How can you sell your customers now who have become your students more? That's where your level 2 comes in. That's where your level 3 comes in. That's where your high ticket program comes in. That's where your events comes in. That's where your one-to-ones comes in. If you've got a merchandise, that's where your merchandise comes in. If you've got an affiliate income, that's where your affiliate income comes in. So though we are focusing so much on a webinar, but then that's your active income. Everything else is going to be your bonus. Everything else, and this is just a low ticket that you're selling. Anything and everything else is going to be higher than it. It's going to be a higher ticket in considering that thing that you sell. So focusing, okay, if I can get this particular person from he just being a person from a public to an audience to cold audience to a warm audience to a hot audience, and if I can convert this potential client to a customer, to a student, that one customer, that one student is going to go through that money journey, the value journey, like they are going to get upgraded. And what is that called? Internal conversions. The more you can get people inside in this part of the fence, the more bonuses you're going to get. That's the whole fun part of making money. And I think if you just consider the webinars money that you're spending, probably you're making like 40,000, 50,000, a lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, however you're considering, once consider that money as an earned income. Rest others bonuses, purely bonus, purely side income, side sort of a thing, like a bonus. When you consider that, you're going to make so much money on the front end as well as on the back end. Fourth point. The fifth point, you have to actively sell for 90 minutes. That's 2 times a week. Like you are just actively selling for 90 minutes for 2 times a week. That's all. 8 times 90. 8 times 90. How, like, I probably was, I don't know the math of it. You are just selling for 90 minutes in 2 weeks, in 2 times a week. That is 8 times a month. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 times a month. That's all you are putting your effort and going in the front and selling people. Rest all your videos of you've got so many sales videos working for you. You've got upsells, again sales video. You've got internal conversions happening. You've got videos that you've recorded that is selling. You're building that ecosystem where people say, okay, if you don't get to a higher level, you are probably going to miss out so many things. That's not you selling, that's people selling. In your weekly calls with your community, what you're doing in your weekly calls, you are slightly subtly pitching them the next level. If you are here, get here. If you are here, you go there. If you don't have this specific product, go purchase this, get into that, buy that tool, buy that platform, go inside that platform. You are not actively selling anything, but then those are all your passive income. This is your earned income, active income. 90 minutes, and everything else is all your internal conversions. That brings us to the conclusion of this particular video, how webinars are going to scale your business model. Like anything, if you just focus on active selling for 90 minutes and work the math, see how much of a potential you personally have. If you don't like money, don't take money for yourself, contribute. You've got the potential to start making money, and you have got the potential to start giving out so much, because every individual has got a potential of its own. Once you tap into that potential, you've got so much of potential to make money and impact, contributions, charities. People are desperate when it comes to so many things. If you don't like money, you make money and give it out to someone. That being said, that brings us to, that was pretty rude to the end of this thing, but then that was an honest thing that I wanted to say. Thank you so much for making this video, me and the stomping a part of your day. Go make lots of money, give out to a lot of people, help people out, make those impacts, both monetary wise, resources wise, and in any other way that you want to make. Thank you so much, and I am going to see you in another video.
يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء